So today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of Auxbeam's latest multifunction switch panel, a really cost-effective way of setting up and switching heaps of accessories in your four-wheel drive. We're going to be putting one in Lance soon, so I thought it'd be a good chance to run through its features and why we went this way. Also, why I've got two. Stay tuned. Right guys, we'll just move that second one to the side a little and I'll explain why there's two here very shortly. Let's get into the unboxing. It is quite a comprehensive little kit, a very, very easy way to install accessories into your four-wheel drive. Let's get into it. Okay, so now we've got everything out of the box. Let's go through exactly what's here. And first thing I noticed was how well the instructions were done. You get some of these products and they're very hard to read and decipher. The pictures are terrible. That is not the case with the Auxbeam. You can actually see that there's a bit of quality in the instructions, which gives you a lot of faith in the product itself. It's the first thing you see when you open the box. And they're very well done. So we've got heaps and heaps of labels, an Auxbeam sticker, and look, that seems like not a real valid point, but it's a really good quality sticker. We have an accessory connection wire, which is to turn the unit on and off with the key. We have some jumper cables, which really isn't something they need to supply. So this is an easy way for you guys to get that accessory off your vehicle by just using a jumper wire in one of the fuse ports. That's not something they need to do. We've got mounting brackets for the head unit. We got battery cable, like another thing they really don't need to supply, but they have a nice touch also. Plenty of stainless steel fasteners, a waterproof cover for the face if it was to be mounted somewhere where you could get a bit of a splash, some high quality powder coated brackets for the switching box, the harness to go from the switching box to the face panel, and of course the brains of the unit and the switching panel itself. Let's dig into what each of these pieces do. So this full kit and everything you see retails for around $300 depending on where you buy it. I didn't pay for this kit, Auxbeam sent me one. I asked for another, they were more than happy to do it, and I'm going to do that because I'm going to give one to you guys. So stay tuned for a Lance episode, and if you don't know what that is, I'll put a link here now. I've got a massive build series and then it's continuing on now, it's on the road, and we're forever working on the old HJ47 Land Cruiser. Anyway guys, let's dig into why I chose the Auxbeam switch panel. So as you'll see from the unboxing, there is a lot involved in this kit and it may look complicated, but this simplifies so many things that when you're trying to add accessories to a four-wheel drive, you'll know what I mean. It gets really complicated, it can get really messy. So we'll start with the heart of the system, the control box. And this does really most of the work and simplifies installing accessories into your four-wheel drive right here in my hand. So before we even get to this box with your main power, they supply a 60 amp breaker. So a lot of things in the aftermarket industry, you usually have to go out and buy accessories to go with it. It comes with its own resettable, suitably sized fuse to put in line to that main power in. So you have a main power in positive and negative at the bottom and have all your outlets up the side for your light bar, reverse lights, compressor, maybe a locker. There's so many ways you can utilize this little switchboard. So once you've got those inputs and outputs done, that is really it. There's no adding relays, there's no adding fuses. Everything is done inside this little box. There's solid state relays under here and it is fully fused from 5, 10, 20, all the way through to 30 amp fuses using the correct amperage fuse for what you're going to run off it. So from there, we do have a heap of mounting brackets. It gives you heaps of mounting options. Again, this is not something you then have to go and buy or fabricate yourself. If you can't find somewhere to screw this thing to, you're not trying hard enough. I think it is very comprehensive. I was really surprised to see those in the box. Okay, so from the brains of the operation, we have the pretty face, and this is quite a nice piece. It's steel construction, this is not plastic, and this is your switching panel. And this can be mounted anywhere remotely away from your control board via a harness, and it's quite a small cable. There's not a lot of wires that need to go into this. It's really well made, comes with heaps and heaps of different labels, and you can buy more labels if you really need to. They are quite generous with what they give you. I think you're going to be able to find something suitable to suit the switching that you need to do in your vehicle. And like the brains of the unit, this comes with heaps and heaps of mounting options as well. They really have thought of everything. It's a really comprehensive little kit. Once you plug that in and you put your labels on it, there really is nothing else you have to add. It's all ready to go. You can set it up so it's auto dimmable, off your headlights. Okay, so once you've got all that installed, and that really is that simple, input, output, mount your control panel. There's a lot of different functionalities of this little control panel and the switching board. So you can set up any of these switches to be momentary or fully switched on and off or pulsed. The two that are going to really be important to you guys are momentary and switched on and off. So a good example of that would be switched on and off would be, spotlights or a winch isolator. A momentary one would be the use of, say, a horn. Like we may be putting air horns in old Lance one day. It has come across my mind. And if I can utilize one of those switches, why not? It's already got an output for it. So you can multi-function that screen to have those switched how you want. Not only that, everything you can do on this little panel, you can actually do on your phone, connected via Bluetooth. That is one of the features of Auxbeam's latest panel. That'll be bloody handy. So if you've got some camp lights hooked up to this and you're outside your four-wheel drive, you just flick them on and off, left, right, rear, however you set that up. You can then also access it via your phone. Like I said, guys, this is a really cost-effective way of setting up a heap of accessories on your four-wheel drive. And that's why I went this way myself. So at the start of this video, I said an unboxing and a review. And now you'll be wondering, how did I actually review this product if I've just pulled it out of the box and I've never used one before? So many years ago, when I did the build on the 79 series, I went for a pretty cheap, basic little switch panel in there, and I've regretted it ever since because half of it works, half of it doesn't. At the same time, or not long after I finished the build on that, a couple of mates were setting up their utes, and I actually come across one of their earlier models of this. I said, what a great idea, it's got everything in it. So two of my mates took my advice and went and got those panels and have had them in their four-wheel drives ever since. So for the last 2 to 3 years, they've been using them the same time I've been using mine. I can say mine's failed. Their Auxbeam switch panels are still going strong, and they just loved it because it was so easy to install and it's just done what it said ever since. So that's how I've come to be able to do a bit of a review on these, knowing people that have used them that are close to me and they've had a really good experience with them. So that's why I reached out to Auxbeam to set up Lance and to do it effectively and neatly, and also to be able to give you guys one is just a really good bonus. So in an upcoming episode, we're going to be fitting one of these to Lance, the HJ47 Land Cruiser, and in the same episode be giving one away to you guys just for watching. All you'll have to do is like and comment. I'm not going to ask for anything else. It's a great product. It's valued at $300, and that's why I'm using it, and I really can't wait to give one to you guys. Don't forget, you only live once. Get out in the shed and get stuck into that project. It's beer o'clock. See you next time. Now I'm going to put all this back in the box.